Hiya, this is Netty and welcome back to another episode of Sqaishey's Castle. So today is super exciting because we are going to be working on the spooky dungeon. So on our list of things that Sqaishey wanted us to achieve, I've got the list here. We've got the pony party, tick. The courtyard, tick. Throne room, the throne's done. We need to do a little bit more on the room. The lake's done. Armory is not done. Kitchen is not done. Farmland is. Watchtower is. Game room isn't. But now we're going to be able to tick off the dungeon as well. So I'm super excited about having this done. So we're digging right down underneath where we had the trap door. So once we've got that fully working again, because obviously I don't know how I managed to break it during an episode, but we did. So once we've got that working, Sqaishey can sit on her throne, and if someone displeases her, she can call them in front, and if she wants, she can flip the switch. They drop down here and they will then get put into their cells. So this is me kind of trying to work out the size of the room and work out the size of the cells and things. We're only going to have 4 cells. It's not going to be a big dungeon. I can't imagine Sqaishey put... Oh, bless me, that's for you, Ali. Sorry about that, guys. So I can't imagine Sqaishey putting too many people in the cell. She's too nice of a person. Maybe it's if someone ate Stampy's cake and she thinks, no, that is unacceptable. Maybe someone talked back to her dog or something like that. So they're the kind of things I think Sqaishey will be putting people in cells. So now we've worked out size, we can start doing the iron bars. We're not going to leave it just as iron bars. We are going to kind of create an archway and stuff around it. But this is just, we obviously need to make sure they will be contained, these pesky naughty people that are needing to be put in the cells in the first place. But I do quite like, I've kind of like gone for like the very stereotypical dungeon. Whenever someone says to me dungeon, I imagine it being underground, like grey, like kind of a bit horrible, like not very clean. Like that's why we're using a mix of like the normal brick and the mossy brick kind of thing. This is one of the tactics, I guess, I've learned from doing Minecraft Evolution. So if you don't know what Minecraft Evolution is, it's a series we've been doing. It's like an SMP with a group of other people. And we started off in beta Minecraft, so the really early versions of Minecraft. So it meant we didn't have very many blocks, very many different things, and you had to kind of use your imagination that bit more when you were building or doing something. But whenever I've built something before, I've kind of had like a set thing for like the floor, the walls, or the roof kind of thing, and it would be like wood floor or like just something like that. But what I've kind of learned through doing Minecraft Evolution, because we've got so many incredible builders on the server, obviously Green's an incredible builder, System Z, and also Pearlescent Moon, like they're known for their building, like that's kind of like what they're most into. So I've kind of like, I guess I've kind of picked up a few tactics with them, and this is the kind of thing they've done. Instead of it being like all over stone or all over brick, because I think in here it would be a bit too much if it was all over brick, but because it's in these like weird little patches, it kind of looks like, it makes it just look a bit more spooky and a bit more eerie and not so overbearing, which is the thing that I was most concerned about doing. But I think it's kind of worked, and so that is, I've got to thank Minecraft Evolution for that. Like, and it also like they kind of, I guess they all kind of work on, it's all the little details that you might not necessarily notice, and like making things not 2D, like not having just a square build or something like that, having different patterns and shapes and stuff. So that's what I've been trying to do. So obviously we've got the iron bars, but we're doing these archways, which gives it a little bit of extra depth to it, I guess. I like to think it does anyway, whether or not it does. Maybe if Green or Z or Pearl saw this, they would be like, no, Netty, that's not what we do. But yeah, but I think it adds a bit of depth. I think like when you just see it like when it's plain and normal, I think like all of this just adds like so much to it. Obviously at the moment we don't have doors. We are going to be adding doors so people can get in and out. But obviously the lever's only going to be on the outside, because we don't want it that when someone's trapped in there, they can get themselves out. We also don't want them to die as they drop down here. That is not the kind of thing we want. So we are going to have water for them to drop into. So this is essentially the naughty prisoner gets dropped down, and they technically have a bath before going to prison. So it's kind of nice, I think. Well, before they're put in their cells. So they're going to have basic stuff. They get water and they get a bed and a torch. That's all they get in their cells. This is a punishment. It's not meant to be nice for them. And I've just used all different versions of like white, grey and black for the beds. We don't want to add any colour in here. The most we've got for colour is the moss on the stone. So it's not going to be a very colourful place. We've got 2 prisoners already. We'll put them on the 2 front ones so you can see them. So there are 2 prisoners. They've already been naughty. But I think like this, the back area is still like it's a bit flat, isn't it? So we're going to give archers on the, that sounds like archers, like as in archery. I don't mean archers like that. I mean like archers. So there's going to be a couple of archers along the back as well. I'm copying what I did on there to make it look the same. I want it to like mirror it a bit, rather than it being like really different. So yeah, so this again is trying to add a little bit of depth to the room, so it's not just kind of like flat walls kind of thing. Even though I do think the stone adds, like the stone bricks, I think that because it almost has shading on it, I think that adds a little bit of depth anyway, even though it is a flat wall. But this obviously adds that little bit more. But we're also going to need guards in here, aren't we? So we're going to be sorting out some guards in a minute, just so it's all fully protected, because we don't want any of our prisoners escaping. I can't talk now. Right, are we going to do the prisoners now? Come on, Netty. Oh no, we're going to do, we need to light up the water. We want them to be able to see. That's the other thing. We don't want like loads of mobs spawning in here. We don't want a load of creepers breaking them out of prison. We're just going to have these zombie pigmen guarding it as well. Although, one thing I did notice is the zombie pigmen despawn a little bit later on, which I didn't know would be a thing. Like maybe if I name tag them, they won't despawn them, will they? So maybe that's what we should do. We'll name them. We'll give them name tags. So come up with some guard names. Come up with some guard names for me in the comments, and that's what we'll have. Guard 1, not just guard 1, guard 2, guard 3. They've got to be like proper names, like real people. So now we're working on a jetty. So obviously one of the tasks was it has to be in a lake. Well, it has to have a lake, but I guess I kind of cheated in the sense we built over a lake. So I feel like it's a little bit cheaty, because there is like, we didn't really do anything for it. We stuck a few lily pads on it, but I feel like that's a little bit cheaty and we need to add something to it. So we're going to do a little jetty and a boat, to make it look as though like a boat's come in or whatever, or Sqaishey can sail away if she wants, because otherwise I feel like we've cheated. We've kind of like, we've been careful with where because obviously being in a jungle, that's easy enough, like we just build in a jungle, and then where it's a lake, we just built over a lake, and it feels a bit cheaty. So I feel like we need to do some stuff to it at least. I feel like we're getting a bit more productive now we've kind of finished the whole space thing that we had to add. I feel like this has gotten a little bit better now, and we're actually kind of moving forward rather than working on one thing for such a long period of time, because it did take us a few episodes doing the space, with the planets and stuff as well. Obviously you can't have a ship without sails, so we're going to add that in now. I have just realised though, the boat, how did it get in and how did it get out? So that's so they can flap down as well. So when there's no boat there, the trapdoors will flap down, and then when there's a boat there, they just flap it up so it's safe to walk across. That was our little sneaky tactic. I liked that idea, I've got to admit. I thought that was quite an original, different one. But yeah, so we're going to have to work out a way to make it look as though the boats can actually get in and out. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit strange. But I guess we should have a look around now without it being sped up, and so you can see everything properly. And I guess maybe in like a little bit more detail, I guess, rather than me just quickly placing things down. So I guess let's go and take a look. So here we have it. We have our ship all ready. at the jetty, as well as let's go on down into the dungeon. So I'm gonna make sure we're not flying for it. So this is what it'll be like. They'll be stood here talking to Sqaishey, and then they would drop down into the dungeon, and this is where they then would be. Look, we have lost the zombie pigmen. They have despawned. We've got our prisoners already kept in here. Are you behaving? Are you behaving? We've already got 2 of them. Hey guys, yeah, we are definitely going to have to name the zombie pigmen. Otherwise, that's not going to work. But yeah, this is it. So hopefully there's enough light in here so we don't have mob spawning. It is very grey and dreary and stuff like that. But that's obviously, it's a dungeon. That's what it's meant to be. We wouldn't want it anything else. So I feel we can, oh, if I can get out, I feel that's something that we can 100% tick off now. I would say that's done. Apart from naming the zombie pigmen, I think, oh, if we can get out, I think that's about it, you know. I think we've actually achieved there. So let's go to the sign that has the dungeon. Where is it? It's at the end. Look, that is another one ticked off. So kitchen and armory, they're the main things that we need to do now. Obviously the throne room we need to work on still, and we still have like all of this to work on. We've got our little Ori, Alex, look at them. And we, oh no, wait, what? What's happened to our horses? They had hay and name tags. Our horses have disappeared. We'll have to re-add them, maybe nearer the time. But we do have all these rooms to work on yet. And we've got to do like a room down here as well. Look at all this. We can have a few layers. So maybe one of these will be the armory. We have to finish all this area as well. And also at the moment, we've got no set doorway in. We've got no set doorway in or anything like that. And at the moment, I've got to admit, I'm not liking the look of this area. We need to change it completely. We need a big entrance as well. We need to make way for the boat to be able to get in and out. So we've got so much we are yet to achieve. We haven't finished the bridge. So as much as we're actually kind of achieving in the sense of we're ticking them off, the castle is in no way near finished. And like, I don't want to run out of time and it ending up like being like a bit rubbish or something like that. I really, really want to get it done. So we really need to start making some serious progress, and we don't know what our next objective is. We still need to sort something out with getting up here. Look at all the vines. Unless we just have vines for on the way up. We could just have vines everywhere. If we get rid of like the water. Oh, I didn't mean to break a hole there. If we, wait 1 minute. Maybe if we did just have vines in the watchtower, so there's no set way for coming up. That could actually be quite good. Let's just quickly, oh gosh, this is going to be a nightmare, isn't it, to get rid of all of this. Is there a bit of glass there? Right, let's get out for a sec. Place that. We need to do this from the outside. We don't want to be in the water, otherwise things just get confusing. Right, let's break some of this glass. Yeah, I reckon that could be really cool if we just have vines. I think I just punched a hole in the wall though, which isn't the best of ideas. Oh, I've just switched that out into that hand. I didn't mean to do that. Let's get that back, shall we? We need to keep blocking that off. Put another bit there. Here we go. I want to see what this would be like, because that could actually be really, really cool if it was just vines everywhere. I think that could end up being really nice. Look at this. This is going to take ages. Come on. I don't want to keep making a mess though. This is actually kind of working now without making a mess. Oh, I just punched a hole to outside. There we go. Right. Slow and steady wins the race. Right, I tell you what, I might cut this bit out, guys, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Yeah, so here we go. So maybe if we see what it would be like. Oh, wait. Oh, no, look, we can't place it there. So how has it come through there? But I can't actually place it. Oh, look, that worked. Was it I was too close? Was that the problem? Oh, no, look, I can't. That's so strange. Why can I place it on some of the bits, but not all of them? What's up with that bit? Is there a... What? Is there invisible signs? Look, there's one. How bizarre. Why are the signs invisible? Is that from when we did the water? How weird's that? We've got magic signs. Is that I'm not using a resource pack actually. How strange. Look, we're breaking it without it actually being anything. Oh, that wasn't one. Oh, look, that's the sign just fell off by doing that. Is there any more? Yep, more. Another one there. How weird. There's another one. Right, so now the vines maybe will work. Because that could be quite cool, like loads of vines like coming down. Like maybe we won't have it on all of it, like all the way down. Oh look, there's another sign there. That's so weird. Why is that invisible then? Is that a known thing? Is it because it had been in the water and stuff? I mean, this should potentially grow on its own anyway. We might not even have to place this all the way down, but we want to make sure, because that, I mean, that works just as well as the ladder, but then it looks more natural and it's kind of more fitting with it being like by the courtyard. We won't have it on all of it. I'm just going to do it a little bit here, just so if Sqaishey falls to the side or whatever, and then have it going down. Hopefully that's going to stay there. That's quite nice. I quite like that. I quite like it with the vine. Let's just go all the way down to the bottom. Yeah, look, it looks kind of quite cool, like looking up. I think we need to do something different for like torches. I'm not going to keep the torches like that, but I do think that's quite good. I like that. Right, guys, I guess we do need to end that episode there though. So let me get this stuff out my hand. So thank you very, very much for joining me today, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.